Yep, I'm down here at Wally World. I'm doing some shopping. See all the things behind me? This is Wally World. Now, the thing is, if anybody's ever been around boats, most boats have a weight limit or the amount of people that can be on board. In other words, and that's for safety reasons, whether there's enough life vests, and depends on the size of the boat and what it's intended to be used for. And it dictates the weight and everything else. But let's say you have a lot of illegals come into a nation. And let's say this nation is sort of like a boat. You know, you got a normal food supply, so many houses, so much energy being produced, and the normal situations needed for people to live. And all of a sudden, and the thing is, they really don't have a number on what's crossed the border or what they've actually flown into our nation and so on and so forth. But we can all agree there's a lot and still coming in. So this boat is taking on more people, but there's only so much food, so much supplies. But now, as you add millions of people across the state or across the country, the demand for that food is going to go up. And as it goes up, and there's more people wanting less goods, it's going to put pressure on the system, so the price. So we're already dealing with a lot of inflation. So we're now going to have even greater inflation as these people, because, we're coming out of summer, which is food production, tomatoes, all sorts of crops produced across California, all the way into the Midwest, whether it's wheat and all sorts of variety. Now, how much of this gets shipped out? I don't know. How much foreign investors control a lot of our property, like Bill Gates. He's, in my opinion, a foreign investor. I don't think he's really considered an American. Anyway, so where are we going at? Are the demand of 11, 12, 15, 20 million, whatever it is, are we chewing up what was in reserve? Because it's not like we're making a lot more. Are there nations? We already know the thing with Ukraine and Russia and how they've got a lack of wheat and different things being produced. It was more of a breadbasket over there in a lot of European places. Not to mention the elite in many nations going after the farmers. Holland had to stand up for its rights in other nations. California seems like they're doing the best they can to put the California farmer out of business and, taxing them on the water. If you really want to kill something, being the state, county, or even the federal government, just come up with a new tax. Sometimes you don't call it a tax, like someone going in to get a marriage license or a dog tag. They'll call it a tag or a license, but it's a tax. Everything's a tax. And they just have to keep adding in a carbon tax to basically destroy the world we live in. So what are our shelves going to look like in the future with higher demand? And the thing is, you working class people like myself, it's a little harder to do these things. But when you're getting large government assistance every month, it's easy for you, especially if you're an outsider. So we don't watch out for the American people, but we watch out for others. And I know a man that speaks Spanish, and not that it's only Spanish being brought in. I've also spoken to a man from Kenya and some of the others, and they're getting a lot of help from a government that has no money. They're paying out money that creates debt, which also, by the way, once they print more money, causes inflation. You might want to see those cans of soup behind me. You might want to start stocking up some of those as much as you can. And if they go on a shipping strike this coming Tuesday, I have no idea where some of this stuff was made, but sometimes my products, I get to looking at it and find out it's made other than America. But keep faith in God. You're really going to have to keep faith in where we're going in the future that we're headed to. So I would say some extra food and extra energy, flashlights might be a good idea. because there's also a demand on energy. More people needing energy, even though they're wanting to push electric cars. So what is going to be the situation that we're going to run into in the future? How is that going to work? You better make the right choice in voting, because that will make the decision on what we have tomorrow. Be wise. Thank you. Bye-bye.